What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pure Evil MMA. I have a special guest with us here today, once again for Lion Fight, which is coming back to the East Coast, and they have a couple of great events back to back to back. We have a lot to talk about with our guest, Jordan Crazy J Harris. What's going on, Jordan? How you doing today?
What's going on, sir? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just getting ready, geared up for this crazy summer that we're gonna have in combat sports. Period. I mean, between UFC, Bellator, Lion Fight. I mean, first off, Lion Fight, like I was just saying, has 3 back-to-back events going down, even out in Paris. And you have an upcoming fight, July 28th for Lion Fight 45 at Foxwood Casino. I'm going to be cage side, or ringside, I should say. I can't wait. Who's your opponent?
My opponent is Mike Triana, I believe. He's from the East Coast. Should be a good fight. Undefeated record as well. So I'm just looking forward to the challenge.
So first off, honestly, man, I mean, there's going to be 4 title fights on Lion Fight 45. You got Chip on there going up against Mark Kinnanen, Brett Halvack on there also. Are you just excited to be on this Lion Fight card just because of?
I am, sir. I am. It does feel like a big honor to get to take the stage with these great fighters that are competing for belts.
And you know what? As we're doing this interview right now, the people that are watching the video cast, they're looking at some of the photos of, I just pulled them right off your Instagram.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to combat sports. Why don't you let everybody in on a little bit of your background? I see that there's some boxing in there. Let us know a little bit about Jordan Harris.
I fight for Animal Combat Sports. It's a small gym out here in the middle of the desert in Palmdale, and I'm basically a professional in boxing, Muay Thai, MMA. Any type of combat sport. It's gonna be fun to me. So whether if it's just a jiu-jitsu tournament, I will always be game to compete.
Oh, you do grappling as well. You're in every field. Are you also in MMA as well? You've done MMA before in the past?
Yes, sir. I'm a professional MMA. I'm 1-0 in a professional MMA. I am 4-1 in pro boxing, and I'm 1-0, 3-0 in Muay Thai.
So
I'm pretty much out there, but like the combat sports, but I'm just having fun doing it.
That's the best part about it, is learning a little bit here, a little bit there. Muay Thai, man, just Lion Fight itself, you're seeing people like Antonina Shevchenko, sister of Valentina, go over to Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender series and try her luck out there. We've seen Chris Cyborg come over to Lion Fight and put up her best against Jarena Bars as well. Man, really funny, because have you ever been to Foxwoods?
No, sir, I haven't.
Oh, man.
It will be my first time traveling.
Really? Your first time traveling to Foxwoods?
Yeah.
So first off, you have a lot in store, man, because it's one of the biggest casinos on the planet. So anyone that's going to be buying tickets, it might be their first Muay Thai fight. I mean, there's so much to do at Foxwoods Casino. The one thing I think is so crazy, and I feel so bad for you guys about, is you guys are obviously going through like all these weight cuts, and at Foxwoods, you're going to have to walk by all these gourmet candy shops, all these carrot cake shops. It's brutal there when you're cutting weight. So, how do you handle weight cutting?
Yeah, it shouldn't really be much of a serious weight cut. I normally fight at like a lower weight class, so But either way though, it is never easy, man. Like cutting weight, having the diet, sauna session. That's the worst part about the game.
Honestly, I just did an interview with Deanna Bennett, and she was talking about getting her tooth knocked out. She's like dying to get her tooth knocked out. And I see a picture of you holding your tooth. Did you get your tooth knocked out in a fight or something?
No, actually, no. I just got my teeth shifted back, but luckily, man, like the freaking promoters paid for everything, and I have better teeth than what I freaking did before.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like there was a blessing there. It came with a cold price, though. full price of my teeth, but it's all good.
At least
They
it
look
was
good now.
at least it was covered. So are right now people are also looking at like some of your other Instagram photos, and we see that you got this crazy long hair, and it looks like you have your mom or somebody cutting your hair recently.
Oh yeah, actually no, man. It was my friend, man. Like that was is it my mom brushing my hair? It might be my mom brushing my hair. I'm not
You
sure which photo that you're looking at.
you got some crazy hair. It looks, I don't know exactly what it's from, but man, you got some crazy hair. Is that something that you look forward to braiding on fight night? Something to add to your style?
Always, always. Time to go to war once it's rated up.
You know, another thing that people don't understand when they think about Muay Thai, they think about karate, maybe not so much karate, but when they think of combat sports, period, or boxing or anything, they think of a very violent person that would be involved with fighting. But like every fighter that I've interviewed, or 99% of them are really awesome people that help kids and are awesome in their community. And it looks like you also do like children's classes as well, helping the youth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
What exactly do you do? And is it a little tough, dealing with some of the younger ones
I
that
try to I try to give back. I try to give back as much as possible. But I was teaching a kids class at one point, but it's been like about half a year since I taught what's coming like my last kids class. So but other than that, I really do like to teach. I get a private client here and there, so it's fine.
what exactly do you guys teach at that? Because like you were saying, you do a little bit of Muay Thai, you do a little bit of
Oh, boxing.
grappling.
We basically just stand up, do stand up. It doesn't really matter what type of style, MMA, striking, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing.
I asked
It doesn't
this
really matter. It's just the same drills over and over, just a little different style.
I asked this to a lot of fighters out there. Like a lot of my listeners reach out to me and they're like, Ed, I'm looking for, like, I want to get into jujitsu, or I want to get into Muay Thai, or I want to get into, judo. How do you know when you're in the right place? Like when you're looking for a gym to join, if you're brand new to sports,
Yeah,
like how do you know you're at
that's
the right gym?
actually tough. I would just go more as are you remembering the technique that the teacher is teaching you, or then what's called is he just jumping from new move to move to move each day is just something different. So in my opinion, it should be the same technique in like the whole week, or then in like something like close to it.
Also, I get a lot of people wondering about weight cutting. What do you think is a good diet that, you're not trying to like when you guys are going through your weight cuts or anything, you guys have to drop some brutal weight sometimes. What do you think is a good diet for people to just keep up with if they want to shed a couple of
Um,
pounds?
if I were to give somebody like the easiest advice, just drink that gallon of water every day, and just don't drink any like juice or soda, nothing like that.
So a big thing with being a fighter that I feel like a lot of people don't realize the stress added to it is a lot of promotions ask you to sell tickets and stuff like that. Have you had any issues before in the past with selling
No,
tickets or
sir.
anything?
No, sir. Um, it, it is, man. Like it is something, man. Like a fighter shouldn't really have to worry about, unfortunately, in the game, man, you got to sell tickets. If you sell the tickets, the promoters will probably look out for you better. They will for sure want you to come back to fight on their card. So it kind of does make it a little bit rougher on like the local fighters if you really don't socialize like that.
Yeah, you know what? Lion Fight does a great job setting up some of their fight cards. Every time they have a card, especially at Foxwoods, the place is packed. And now that they're going to be on Flow Combat, I think it's a perfect platform for them to kind of branch out and get people. I mean, you already have people like I talk about it all the time. You have people like Joe Rogan that's constantly talking about Lion Fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really growing here in America. So I think it's an honor to be a part of it. Even as media, to watch some of these fighters in there, like when you show up to weigh-ins and socialize with a lot of the people there. It's very humanizing to see you guys all interact with people because it's from all over the world. You got fighters coming in from Thailand, and it's awesome. Last time I was there, I stayed until 5 in the morning just to hang around and talk with some of the people there about their cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So, what day are you going to be flying out? I know the fight's going to be going down on July 28th. We're getting pretty close to that day. What day are you flying out to head to Foxwoods?
I'm not really too sure yet, sir. I'm not too sure. So I still need to get the medicals done. A little small part of the fight game. But once I get that done, I should be getting the date as soon as possible.
Before we close this interview out, one thing that we're seeing nonstop with you, whether it's Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, something that I can definitely relate with, man, because that's where my love came from. What's your story with this? I see you love Dragon Ball Z. I mean, Ronda Rousey's a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. The Diaz brothers are a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. Where does your love go back to with all this?
Mine would be with the Ninja Turtles. And like the reason being, I am a brother of 4. So then, freaking, growing up, I always just want them to play with me. So I'm gonna be this Ninja Turtle. I'm gonna be the purple one. He's gonna be the orange one, the blue one, red one. I have 3 brothers. That's why. A little brother, a twin brother, and then I have a big brother. Yep. So I always just wanted to just play the freaking Ninja Turtle. So yeah, that's the main reason for that.
And do you also have children?
No, no children for me.
So your brothers have children, I'm guessing?
Just my twin brother has a kid, but
because I'm seeing, first off, because you can't see it right now, but the people on the video cast that are going to be watching, they can see a picture of you and your family, you and your 4 brothers. Are you the youngest of that crew?
No, sir. I am actually the second oldest. I am 2 minutes older than my twin brother, but he is about 3 inches bigger than me. And yeah, man, he got some weight on me.
Does he always hold that over your head? You're like, I'm a little bit older, but I'm 3 inches taller.
No, hell no, man. But he used to serve me up, though, growing up. He used to serve me up good. But, man, these days, the tables have turned.
Before we let you go, my last question to you is, I can tell that you're a very religious person. How did you come into combat sports, period? What guided you on this route?
It was basically just to really sober up, man. I was really into the party scene, selling drugs, just partying every weekend, messing around, So and then it was just a one festival. I just told myself, man, this just ain't me. I'm better than this. I moved down to Florida with my mom. I joined the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu gym without even knowing what the hell a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu was. Yeah, man, the rest is history right there.
And what does the future look like for you? Obviously, you have this upcoming fight, but what is the main goal? Is it to become the champion at Lion Fight?
It's to become a Muay Thai champion in boxing, Muay Thai, MMA.
I can't wait to see you come July 28th, man. I'll catch up with you at the weigh-ins July 27th. So, guys, make sure to check out Pure Evil MMA on that day. We'll be at the weigh-ins to cover that all for you. And right now, if you have any sponsors, shout-outs, anything at all, the floor is all yours.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to give a shout-out to Sound of All Combat Sports. I'd like to give a shout-out to all of my sponsors. You got the Village of Barbershop. Got a Big House Pizza, Vision Engineering, and just to all of my boys down in Pawndale.
Guys, Crazy J _weapon 44 _ Perucho. Man, you gotta fix that up. That's so long. What came behind this name?
That's for that right there is for freaking each sport. And Crazy J is my freaking MMA nickname. The Weapon 44 is my Muay Thai nickname, and then the Perucho is my boxing nickname.
What's Perucho mean?
Perucho is basically what I am. I'm part of Peruvian, and that's what you call somebody from there. That's Perucho, a boy from there.
That's awesome, man. That's now I understand a little bit better about that name. So make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. We got to get you a Twitter account. That's coming soon enough, man. So thank you so much for joining me here on Pure Evil MMA, and I'll catch you soon. Wishing you the best of skill.
All right, thanks, Trent.
God bless. There you go, guys. We got Crazy J. Jordan Harris. That fight is going to be awesome. That card, period, that week, period, for a Lion fight is just going to be crazy. So just let everybody know, that is the last of the 3 tour dates. Lion Fight 43, that's going down July 7th in London. On that card, it's going to be at the O2 Arena. Following that, July 21st, we are in France for Lion Fight 44 Grand Prix. Then Lion Fight 45, there's going to be 4 title fights. Like I said, you got Chip on there, you got Brett on there, my boy Steve. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Lion Fight to come back to Foxwoods. It is, if you guys are on the East Coast, let me tell you, because like I said, it's not just the Muay Thai event. There's so much more going on there. You got an entire mall to shop at. Every time I go there, I just get so lost. I say this all the time. They give you directions like you got to go a quarter mile that way, go up the escalator, go 0.2 miles. Like they give it directions in miles. That's how big this place is. Absolutely monstrous. It's so easy to get lost at Foxwoods. And if you park in the wrong parking garage, you might have to walk, like I've had to walk 25 minutes before to get to the events. World Series of Fighting has been at Foxwoods before. Where they have the Lion Fight events, it gets packed quick. And the tickets aren't that expensive, guys. I brought my mother and my 70-year-old grandfather who just had hip surgery. He was on his feet the entire time. If you are just getting into combat sports, if you have a relative that kind of understands boxing, bring them to the Muay Thai fight. They're gonna love it. They're so much fun. Even sometimes the amateur fights end up being just as good as some of the fights on the main card. And the energy and the vibe there, it's just, there's nothing like it. It's what life's all about. If you love combat sports, you'll love Lion Fight, and it's coming here to the East Coast once again. The Scots are bringing it back. Guys, make sure to check it out. It's going down July 28th at Foxwoods Casino, just in case you forgot. Guys, I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA, myMMAnews.com.